Today's story is the story of One Taka, when you can learn a lot from even one Taka. Gulista is a busy area of Dhaka. There are car horns all around, people shouting, and small shops on the sidewalk. Amidst this noise, an 8-year-old boy, his name is Rahul, collects plastic bottles. He packs them in small polythene bags. There is curiosity in his eyes, a dirty smile on his face. Rahul lives in a shack next to the railway line in Gulista. His mother is sick and in bed all day. Rahul doesn't know where his father is. He gets up in the morning to collect plastic and paper and sell them for his livelihood. And his livelihood means 20 to 30 taka a day. One day he was walking past the mall. Suddenly, he saw a rich man getting out of a car. He was wearing a 3-piece suit and holding an expensive watch. Rahul stared at him. Suddenly, something fell out of the man's pocket, a shiny 1 rupee coin. The man didn't even notice it. Rahul immediately ran and picked up the coin. Rahul took the coin in his hand and thought, it's not his. The man had dropped it. He should give it back. He thought again, with this 1 rupee, one could also get a small biscuit. But still, a strange feeling haunted him. He ran after the man and said, Uncle, you dropped it. The man looked up in surprise. Then he looked down and saw the coin and said, 1 rupee, did you run with this? Rahul lowered his head and said, Yes, uncle, it was yours. The man looked at it for a while. Then he took the 1 rupee coin in his hand and handed it back to Rahul. This money is yours from today. But you know, I couldn't have done what you did even if I were a very big man. He suddenly stopped and said, How did you know your name? Rahul, are your parents here? Mother is here, sick, but father is gone. I collect bottles and sell them. The man's eyes filled with tears, because he had grown up the same way as a child. But he had forgotten those roots, those values. Today, this One Taka opened his eyes. The man's name was Mohammad Hashim. He owned a famous real estate company in Dhaka. Luxurious cars, modern houses, lakh taka suits, all were part of his life. But today, that 1 taka coin in the market and Rahul's innocent face took him back many years. He was once like Rahul. He used to sell lemons at the railway station with his mother because of his stomach. At one time, he had to give up his studies just for his mother's medicine. Then, with great difficulty, he stood on his own feet, but it was as if he had separated himself from those roots. Today, that 1 taka brought him back to his lost past. Something trembled inside him. Was I forgetting the real lesson of life? He thought to himself. Rahul was still standing. He had that 1 rupee in his hand, but there was a strange trust in his eyes. Hashim Sahib bent down and said, Do you want to go with me for a while? Rahul was a little nervous and said, But my mother is sick. I was going to get medicine. Hearing this, Hashim Sahib did not say anything else. He opened the car door and asked Rahul to get in himself. Come on, let's go to your mother first. Rahul brought Hashim Sahib to his small room. Thatched roof, all around with plastic. His mother was lying inside, her whole body shaking. Hashim Sahib stared at it silently for a while. This scene was like a mirror. It was as if he was seeing himself in this room. He sat down next to her and held Rahul's mother's hand. Don't worry, your son will do something great one day. Rahul's mother trembled, tears rolling down the corners of her eyes. He said in a hushed voice, My Rahul should be a good person. That's all I want. Hearing this, Hashim Sahib's heart broke. He called his pa on his mobile. Do 3 things. Send an ambulance, get emergency medicine from a drugstore, and send a female nurse right away. Rahul stared in amazement. This was the first time someone had done so much for his mother. After a while, medicine, a nurse, and food arrived in the house. A small smile returned to his mother's face. Rahul slowly held Hashim Sahib's hand. Uncle, you are very good. I will never forget you. Hashim Sahib replied. I will never forget what you have done in my life. When Rahul's mother felt a little better, Hashim Sahib called her aside and said, Your son is extraordinary. I want him to be associated with my office. I will also take responsibility for his studies. Rahul's mother said in a trembling voice, We are poor. How can he go to such a place? Hashim Sahib smiled softly and said, A person grows from the heart, not with money. He has a huge heart. By returning a 1 tera coin, he taught me that people are still people. He brought a bag from his car. There was medicine, dry food, and some cash in it. Take this money, appetite, for medicine and food, and come to my office at 9 a.m. tomorrow with Rahul. Rahul was looking at his mother's face in surprise. Mother nodded once and said, "Yes, father, this is an opportunity. A man sent by God." The next morning, Rahul, wearing an old shirt, appeared with his mother at Hashem Sahib's huge office. The security guards initially stopped, but as soon as the news reached inside, the gate opened. Entering inside, Rahul saw large desks, computers, and glass walls all around. His eyes were dazzled. Hashem Sahib came down and received him in his own arms. "From today, you will study at the training center of our office. You will immediately learn the job. We will teach you everything." Then Rahul was handed over to Alam Bhai, a junior officer in the office. Alam Bhai was also a very kind person. He said, "Come on Rahul, from today you are not just a bottle-picking boy, you are Hashem Sahib's student." Rahul was not afraid at all, rather there was a sense of confidence in his eyes. Hearing their conversation, the other office workers were also surprised, who once thought of Rahul as a street beggar. Today he is becoming a respected member. In this new environment, Rahul felt for the first time, a single taka is not just a coin, it is the key to changing fate. Rahul comes to the office at 8 a.m. every day, has lunch at noon, and returns home in the afternoon. His work, keeping the office papers in order with the help of Alom Bhai, occasionally learning software, and listening to life stories from Hashem Sahib in the afternoon. One day, an urgent meeting was suddenly held in the office. A foreign client came to visit the office. All the employees were busy, some with files, some with computers. Rahul was standing outside the office at that time. He saw a gentleman getting out of the car trying to understand something, but there was no guide anywhere. He immediately ran over and said, "Sir, are you here for a meeting?" The gentleman said, "Yes, I am Jonathan. I am looking for manager Hashem's office." Rahul smiled and said, "Come on, I'll take you." He very politely opened Jonathan sir's door and took him inside and brought him water. Jonathan was impressed and said, "Are you a staff here?" Rahul lowered his head and said, "No, I'm a student, but this is like my home." Later, after the meeting, Jonathan sir said to Hashem Sahib, "There is such a small employee in your office who respects a guest the way even big officers cannot." Hashem Sahib smiled and said, "He taught me the basics of 1 rupee. Today he is teaching you too." Hashem Sahib called Rahul one day and said, "You are learning a lot, but you need to get admitted to a school. I will get you admitted to a school." Tears welled up in Rahul's eyes. He never imagined that he would go to school wearing a uniform. The next morning, Rahul went to school wearing a new bag and uniform. At first, the other boys were a bit distant. But when he started answering questions one by one in class, the teachers became happy. Gradually, Rahul started making friends. In 3 months, he became one of the best students in the school. The teachers would say, "There is something about this boy. His look, his attitude is different." Sometimes after school, he would go to the office and help Alom Bhai. He still keeps that 1 rupee coin in his pocket, as if it were his guru. Seeing him, his mother would say with emotion, "You have become all my happiness, Rahul. I never thought that 1 rupee could get something so big." Everything was going well. School, office, mother's health, everything seemed to be a blessing in Rahul's life. But suddenly one day, when Rahul returned from school in the afternoon, his mother was very restless. "Rahul, your father came today," his mother said in a low voice. Rahul paused. "Father, the one who left us? Why now?" Mother said softly. "He was saying, he understood that he made a mistake. Now he wants to come back again. He doesn't know where you came from and where you have reached." Rahul remained silent. His little mind was filled with 1,000 questions. When his father needed him, he didn't come, and now why? The next day, Hashem Sahib came and asked Rahul, "Your mother told me everything. What do you think?" Rahul lowered his eyes and said, I'm not angry, uncle, but I'm afraid to believe. You are like my father. You are the one who has held my hand all the time. Hashim Sahib's eyes got wet at these words. You are an extraordinary boy, Rahul. You are small, but you have a big heart inside you. Forgiveness is the greatest power. Do what you think is right. Rahul thought all night. He had seen so much in his young life. The next morning, his father came again, this time with some fruits in his hand and regret in his eyes. Rahul, I really made a mistake. I can see how much I have sinned by looking at your mother's face. I know you will not forgive me, but just say it once, Father, and I will live. Rahul stood in front silently. He did not say anything, just looked into his father's eyes. Then he slowly walked forward and said, I have not heard your name for a long time. Now I will say it once, Father. His father hugged Rahul while crying. You have turned me around as a human being. You have taught me a bigger lesson than anyone else. Hashim Sahib was watching everything from the window. There were tears of satisfaction in his eyes too. He said to himself, this boy will one day teach the entire country how even a small mentality can bring about the biggest change. After Rahul's father returned, a change came to the entire family. Mother's health started improving day by day. Father started trying to be by his side. Hashim Sahib also came to visit regularly, took charge of mother's medicine and treatment. Rahul started a new life. Now he is not only thinking about studies and office work, but also about helping the people around him. He started a new organization in school, Sahyogit Sangha. Small children come together to help the poor and those who are not getting enough education. Rahul said, if we do something small, a big change will come. He started doing well in office work too. Alom Bhai said, if you change yourself, everyone in the office will change. One day in an office meeting, Hashim Sahib said, we are all big people, but are we as valuable as that 1 rupee? Everyone stared at him without understanding. When I was young, 1 rupee was everything to me. I lost that money, and I forgot the big lesson of life. Then he looked at Rahul and said, Rahul, your 1 rupee story teaches us. The value of a person is not in money, but in the mindset of a person. A small good deed can bring about a big change. Everyone praised Rahul, and Rahul understood. The life lessons learned from 1 rupee were his greatest wealth. Rahul wanted to improve himself more every day. He wanted to know that to grow up, it is not enough to just study, but to win people's hearts. One day, while sitting with Hashim Sahib during a school holiday, he said, Uncle, one day I will become a big person, but not just in money. I will bring happiness to people's lives. Hashim Sahib smiled. You are big now, not just in name, but also in work. Rahul's dream was big. One day he would open a school for many more poor children like him, where everyone would be equally educated. Rahul started giving free tuition to a few poor children through his school's small, Sahyogit Sangha. Each of them came from home and studied in a small room next to his house. The children were hesitant at first, but seeing Rahul's patience and love, their confidence grew. Our lives will change, Rahul would say. A little effort will make a difference. Hashim Sahib also supported this initiative. The office started sending some money, books, and educational materials. Rahul realized that real education can never be bought with money. It comes from love and tireless work. Rahul's initiative was not smooth at first. Some neighbors expressed their dissatisfaction with this new tuition center. How can this poor boy do such a thing? He is disturbing our peace. A few days later, Rahul's mother's illness worsened again. The medicine supply dwindled, and Hashim Sahib became busy with new projects in the office. Rahul took on the responsibility alone, studying, giving tuition, and looking after his mother. He had to spend his nights in the lap of nightmares and worries. But he did not give up. He said to himself, those days of 1 rupee taught me. I have to endure hardship, but I will not stop. One day, Hashim Sahib came out of the office and came to Rahul. He had a check in his hand. Take this money and buy some materials for your school. Rahul said while crying. Uncle, I never thought that someone so big would be by my side. Hashim Sahib said, "You have grown up yourself. You have not only got money, you have got trust and love." Rahul understood that the biggest education in life can never be bought with money. Starting from that story of 1 rupee, infinite possibilities have come into his life today. The news of Rahul's small school slowly started spreading in the area. Poor parents wanted to admit their children in his school. The number of students in the school started increasing day by day. One day, the chief of the area, a police officer and other social workers came to inspect the school. They praised Rahul's initiative and assured him of future help. A headmaster said, "There is something special about this child. Young people like him will build the future of the country." Rahul was happy. He understood that even a small act can change society. A small library was built next to the school, where Rahul used to buy books from his own pocket. He encouraged the students to learn new things. One day, Rahul told the students, "Our dreams are big, but we have to start small. Something big can be built from small acts worth 1 rupee." The students applauded and encouraged him. Hashim Sahib also said, "Rahul, you have proven that a small mindset can make a difference in people." Time passed. Rahul's small school gradually grew bigger. Due to his initiative, several more schools were opened in the surrounding area for poor children. Rahul is not just a student today, he is a teacher, guide and social worker. His small story of 1 Taka has become a force that has changed the lives of many. Hashim Sahib said, "Rahul did not just earn money, he earned the hearts of people." One day, when Rahul went to the old Gulista railway line, he took out the 1 Taka coin in his hand. He closed his eyes and said to himself, "You were not just a coin, you were the light of my life. I learned from you. Something bigger than the small value of 1 Taka can be learned." Rahul understood that real education is never in the amount of money, but in the love, respect and honest attitude of people. The last laugh of the story was Rahul, the child who, in the company of 1 Taka, has learned many great lessons in life and is now an example for society. Anyway, that's all for today's story. If you like it, then definitely like, comment, share, and if you are new to the channel, then definitely subscribe and stay with us. Thank you.